Delma are one of few traditional Swiss brands to have made it kicking and screaming through the Quartz Crisis of the 1980s, stubbornly producing mechanical watches in the face of the oncoming digital storm. Despite that, they're not a brand that's talked about much among watch enthusiasts. This year has seen a big push from Delma to change that, coming out with the Cayman Bronze, the Quattro, and this modernised Montego to great receptions. The Delma Montego aims for excellence in execution rather than for outlandish design, sticking to some tried and true aesthetic cues for a sports chronograph. If you know your movements, you'll instantly recognise the dial layout synonymous with the Valjoux 7750 and its clones, but it just so happens that's exactly what powers this watch. The telltale triple registers are surrounded by brightly brushed rings that give off a sort of early 2000s bravado, even nearing a chrome effect that many other brands are far too afraid to embrace. The hands and the applied hour markers continue that theme of honed masculinity, with both sharp and stubby elements lending themselves to an almost royal aggression. Delma may not be the five-pointed crown everybody thinks about when they hear the words luxury and watch, but the logo above the day-date complication is a welcome throwback to some of their 1970s designs. More subtle details on the dial include the checkering on the minute track, which really adds to the racing spirit that the watch inherently has, as well as differing colours of lume, the hour markers in green, and the hands all in blue. That lume is actually quite impressive, considering many chronographs don't consider it a priority. This, in conjunction with the 200 meters of water resistance and the screw-down pushes, means that the Delma Montego is a perfectly capable dive watch. Despite the Montego's larger-than-life attitude, the dimensions are thankfully within reason for an average wrist. A 42mm diameter is tamed by a 49mm lug-to-lug, which is really what will get the smaller wristed on this watch's side. The thickness is unashamedly beefy at 16.2mm. You're not going to be attempting to slip this under a cuff to begin with. Going back to the movement, it's actually quite rare to find watches that still use the ETA 7750 in its unadulterated form, but it always feels good to be connected to that era when it was dominant. A 4Hz beat rate, 48 hours of power reserve, reliable performance, and affordable servicing all await you with this lauded caliber. You can either opt for the solid steel bracelet in somewhat of a Jubilee style, or go for the rubber and Cordura hybrid strap for a more casual and modern feel. The lug width is 21mm, so you may need to think twice about this decision. Besides the black dial version, there's also references in white, blue, and green. The Delma Montego is available now from their website for 2,200 CHF on the strap or 2,300 CHF on the steel bracelet, and it comes in a lovely wooden presentation box. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, then consider subscribing to Time+Tide for more.